the deal. So many people, they absolutely amaze me. I travel around all the country from Boston to LA, okay, and surprisingly, it really blows my mind that I run into people that their IQ is double mine. But yet, why have I made so much more money than they have? And then all of a sudden it hit me one day saying, Michael Crawford, here's the deal. You have the true ingredients to success. You know, people, first of all, got to understand, how do you make something happen? How do you make something happen? So do me a favor right now and get a piece of paper, or if you're at home and you have a little chalkboard, you can kind of want to all gather in together in a little class, okay, at wherever you're at, okay? Please put make vertically, M-A-K-E. I'm going to show you how to make something happen. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. I want you to really get excited because I'm here to tell you, when I'm done with you, wow, you are really, truly going to make a whole lot more money than you're making right now. So if you want to rekindle your financial dreams, okay, if you got a little bit of a argument last night, a little disagreement with the wife about finances, tell her, honey, oh, in about half hour, 45 minutes, it's all going to be over because I'm listening to Michael Crawford. Now, first of all, you're probably wondering, well, who is Michael Crawford? Okay, yes, he had a very successful 35-year automobile career, but I've had more than that. I have been blessed by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, through his son, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, to be able to not just help automobile people become successful, like myself, like God's blessed me with taking 2 franchises to #1 in the world, but also I've been able to help all kinds of businesses, people that they don't really know where to go from no. Well, I'm that type of guy that I can always show them, like I'm going to show you tonight, where do you go from no? All right, so let's do this. Let's look at the letter M and making it happen, okay? For all of you out there listening, again, like I said, how do you make something happen, okay? What's the ingredients to success? Well, you've got to be able to be that game changer. You've got to be able to be that tempo, that pulse. You've got to be able to make that person look at you and say, wow, what is it about that person? Can you make a day? No matter if you're selling pogo sticks, automobiles, real estate, private, doesn't matter. Can you make a day? Do you have the traits of a good salesperson? Okay, and a lot of it, one of the most important things that everybody has to realize, what is the M in making something happen? What do you really have to have? When you get up every morning, what do you have? Come on, what's the M stand for? Motivation, right, motivation. I mean, how are you going to really do anything in life if you're not motivated once you those feet hit the ground to get up and go do it? Get motivated to go do it, to go make a difference, be a game changer, have someone stand back and really receive the wow factor from you. Exactly right. Don't you want people to go, wow, what is it about you? That's the way I was. I've been that way my whole life. I don't care if I walked in a room and everybody was more educated than Michael Crawford. Never bothered me because I knew I had what it takes, okay, to become successful, to be the difference maker. I know who the difference between the who and the what. I always knew, who that person was, to that go-to person. Well, #1 for me, and it doesn't have to be for you, but it is for me. And that's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I always know to go to him. He's my who guy, right? I mean, he's always right there. Not a matter what I do, I know what to do. And first I started off out with him. But I was always motivated because I knew he was with me. You follow me? So with that, and there's going to be certain times, and I guarantee you, because I get this everywhere I go. I don't care if I'm in Boston, LA, Keokuk, Iowa, Minot, North Dakota. Well, by the way, I just came back from there, and that's what I'm going to tell you about a little something that happened there. It was kind of funny because when I'm sitting up there telling about how to make something happen, I walk in this room, I put it up there, the Michael Crawford's ingredients to making it happen. And I put make vertically and how you do that. Once I kind of tore back the piece of paper and M was for the motivation, and we got talking about that. Somebody looked at me and goes, well, yeah, but see, I can tell by your energy level. Wow, it's easy for you to get motivated, Michael Crawford. Well, do you realize it isn't? It really isn't. I just know that I'm wired. I know that I have all the talents. You may be more educated than I am, but I know that I have what it takes as long as I believe in myself, as long as I can look into that mirror every morning and realize that I'm having a meeting with the best corporation in the world. It's me Incorporated, or in this case, you Incorporated. You're the CEO, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. I mean, if you have a cheap value on your life, then you'll live that way. But if you stand up strong, realize, hey, I'm in charge. If it's to be, it's up to me. I know I can do this. When you have that attitude, it's just amazing how you'll just walk down your path of success and the trees will fall to each side of you. Now, I know you got to do little things. Don't think that sometimes I don't get my dauber down. Oh, I'm here to tell you, I do sometimes. But you've got to learn how to stay motivated. You've got to learn not to let, outside influences have you self-impose, these inflictions on you. Because most of the time when you stumble, it's kind of self-imposed. You let someone get into your mind. You didn't realize how to control that mind, you follow me, to keep yourself motivated. So you got to do little things to keep yourself motivated. Like I just told you, I was in Minot, North Dakota, right? Whoa! Now, me, I don't judge anybody, nor do I say anything derogatory about where someone might be from. So I don't want to say anything derogatory about my Minot brothers and sisters, but I do want to tell you this. When I got there, you got to realize that when I left here, it was 115 degrees. When I touched down in Minot, okay, it was 68. I was like that. I mean, I was like, whoa, that was just too drastic of a change. You follow me? Of a different swing, a weather change. I'm like, wow. So I immediately, after I got on the thing, I went back to the hotel. We had the meeting the next day, but I got to tell you something. I was really bummed out. Unfortunately, that the meeting wasn't until 12 o'clock. I really thank the Lord for that, because I don't know, I probably wouldn't have made a good impression because I just wasn't motivated. I mean, I got up, I looked outside, it was cloudy, it was cold. I have the heater on. Do you realize that? I just left Phoenix, Arizona. I just left my house, my home, with the temperature, okay, at 68 degrees, my air conditioner, that's air conditioner, and I'm there putting on 75 on the heater. I mean, I'm like, really? So when that kind of change, believe me, that is something that would get you a little bit down. So I'm thinking to myself, what do I do? Well, I think quick on my feet like I want you to. That's how you make things happen. I picked up the phone. I asked for the general manager of the hotel I was staying in. Man, this was a beautiful, gorgeous. Woo! I was pretty impressed with this hotel, okay? I mean, it was unbelievable. Big, huge chandeliers. I mean, that real thick carpet as you walk on, you just feel like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You kind of think to yourself, well, as soon as you get back home, you better change the carpet. Oh, it doesn't matter if it's only, a year old. You got to change it, because it was just amazing how that felt walking on, okay? I mean, you're like just floating. Anyway, I call downstairs, asked for the general manager, and I asked, can I buy him breakfast? And to introduce myself over the phone, kind of want to know why I was there. And I told him I was there for the Virgil Hill Junior fight. That I'm the ring announcer for Quicksilver Hill Promotions. So I told him, hey, can I please do it? So once I kind of used my brother Virgil's name, that kind of opened the door, and he met me for breakfast. So I looked at him, and his name was Ron. I said, Ron, I want to buy this hotel. He says, you want to what? I said, I want to buy this hotel. This hotel's gorgeous. I talked to my financial advisors. I made a couple of phone calls to a couple of money people, a couple of financial investors as well, and talked to my CPA, and I think we can get it handled. I want to buy this. He goes, well, Michael, it's not for sale. And I go, okay. Now, let me tell you something. Do you know how motivated I was for the rest of the day knowing I came that close to purchasing that hotel? Now, to some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, this guy's way out there. You may think he's crazy. Yeah, pray I get worse. Meaning that you got to do little things like that to keep yourself motivated. Don't worry about what anybody else think of you, because guess what? They're not paying your bills. And that's one of the most strongest things. I mean, you just got to realize, if it's to be, it's up to me. You got to tell yourself that. Again, you're looking back every morning, that person looking back at you in the mirror, it's you incorporated. You got to get motivated. You got to get excited about the fact that you are in total control of this thing called motivation, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, before we go on to the A in making something happen, I'm going to ask you this. What are the two most important words in the Webster's Dictionary? What are they? The two most important words in the Webster's Dictionary. No, try again. No, try again. Well, I'll just tell you. I am. I am is the two most significant words in the Webster's Dictionary. Now, let me ask you right now, who's in charge of your motivation? I am. Exactly. Say it. Say it loud. But just don't say it to try to go along with what I'm saying or what I'm telling you now. Believe it. I mean, what a man's mind can conceive and believe, he will achieve. You've got to stop right now. I need you to stop worrying about the outcomes, and you need to start focusing more on the inputs. If you do that, wow! I mean, it'll be another wow factor. See, I never worried about the outcomes. I was just that type of man that I made sure that I was in charge of mine now. I mean, seriously, people may think that's crazy, but again, like I said, they're not paying Michael Crawford's bills, and that's the way you got to look at it. So I am in charge of my motivation. So in order to keep making something happen, you got to realize that. Who's in charge of your motivation? I am, exactly right now. And make sure you understand that. I'm the kind of person, here's what you're going to love about Michael Crawford. I'm not just up here talking to you to talk the talk. I walk the walk as well. I'll prove myself to you. If every time you have a stumbling block, you need to be motivated, you can call me. Here, I'll give you my number, 623-203-8259. That's 623-203-8259. Okay, I know you're probably thinking right now, wow, this man will actually give out his telephone number? That's exactly right. That's my private cell number that you can reach me 24/7. But again, I'm one of those kind of people that I just don't want to talk about it, okay, and never, come back and revisit it. I want to be able to talk about it because what I have to say will make you become very, very successful. And I want to be able to show you my expertise on following up with you. If you're willing to spend the time with me like you are right now, then I'm willing to spend the time with you. I will do a follow-up, what I call kind of a maintenance with you. I'll make sure, that you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So remember that number. Put that away. When you ever need to call me, you call Michael Crawford.